Have you ever paused to question the size of your life goals? Are they big enough? In life, we often find ourselves caught in the minutiae, the day-to-day grind that can sometimes feel like a hamster wheel going nowhere. But what if I told you, the power to shift this reality lies in the questions we ask ourselves? It's all too common to limit our aspirations, to set small goals that fit neatly within the confines of our comfort zones. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what if you dared to dream bigger? Dreaming big is not just about setting higher targets. It's about expanding your perspective, growing your confidence, and becoming more secure in your ability to accomplish great things. It's about shifting from just enough to surplus, from scarcity to abundance. Now imagine, what if the size of your goals could directly influence the size of your success? Consider the story of a man, we'll call him John, who once had small goals. John was an ordinary man with an ordinary life. He was born into a modest family in a small town, where life was simple and unchanging. His goals were equally modest: get a job, make ends meet, save a little for a rainy day. These were the small goals that John set for himself, the milestones of an ordinary life. John got a job indeed and worked diligently. His life was a constant hustle, a relentless pursuit of these small goals. But despite his hard work, John struggled. He barely made ends meet, and saving a little for that rainy day seemed like a distant dream. John was caught in a cycle of mediocrity, trapped by his own small goals. But then, one day, something changed. John stumbled upon a book about the power of dreaming big. Intrigued, he read it cover to cover, absorbing its message like a sponge. The book spoke about the power of the mind, the power of ambition, and the power of setting big goals. John realized that his small goals were not serving him well. They were keeping him trapped, limiting his potential. He realized that by setting small goals, he was selling himself short. He was capable of so much more, but his small goals were holding him back. So, John decided to dream bigger. He started setting bigger goals, goals that were challenging and exciting. He wanted to create a successful business, to earn more than just enough to get by. He wanted to have extra money, to be able to help others, to contribute to his community. These were big goals, goals that required courage and determination. John faced challenges, of course. Achieving big goals is not easy. But John was determined. He worked harder, smarter, and was relentless in his pursuit of his big goals. He faced setbacks, but he didn't give up. He kept going, kept pushing, kept dreaming. And then, something amazing happened. John's life began to change. He started seeing progress, started seeing results. His business started to grow, his income started to increase. He was no longer living from paycheck to paycheck. He had extra money, he was able to help others, he was making a difference. John's life began to change dramatically when he started to set bigger goals. His dreams were bigger, his confidence was stronger, and his life was richer. John had become a dreamer, a doer, a believer in the power of big goals. So consider John's story. Consider the power of dreaming big, of setting big goals. Remember John and his journey from mediocrity to success. Remember his struggles, his determination, his courage. And remember, it all began when he decided to dream bigger. John's shift from small to big goals wasn't easy. It required courage and a change in mindset. His story is a powerful example of how we can transform our lives by changing the way we think about our goals. John's journey began with a simple realization. He was selling himself short. He had always set small, achievable goals, but he began to wonder if he was capable of more. He questioned if he was limiting his potential by not dreaming big enough. This self-reflection was the first step in his shift towards setting bigger goals. But change is never easy, and John faced several challenges along the way. One of the biggest hurdles was fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of stepping out of his comfort zone. But John knew that fear was just an illusion, a barrier that he had to overcome. He reminded himself that every successful person has faced failure at some point. In fact, failure is often a stepping stone to success. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. John also grappled with self-doubt. He questioned his abilities and wondered if he was truly capable of achieving big goals. To overcome this, he began to practice self-affirmation. He would remind himself of his strengths and achievements, no matter how small they seemed. He would tell himself, "I am capable, I am deserving, I can achieve great things." This helped to boost his confidence and belief in himself. Another key step in John's journey was seeking guidance and mentorship. He reached out to people who had achieved big goals and learned from their experiences. Their stories of success and the challenges they overcame inspired him and gave him the courage to pursue his own big goals. By embracing change and thinking bigger, John was able to expand his horizons. He discovered that he was capable of much more than he had ever imagined. His story is a testament to the power of big goals and the transformative effect they can have on our lives. So, what happened when John started setting bigger goals? Well, let's just say that life took on a whole new hue. John, like many of us, was once caught in the web of trivialities. His aspirations were modest, his dreams ordinary. But when he began to think bigger, to aim higher, his world began to change in ways he'd never imagined. The first thing he noticed? His confidence soared. No longer was he the timid dreamer, content with his small corner of the world. Setting bigger goals made him believe in himself more. It was as if he had discovered a new, empowering truth. He was capable of more, much more than he'd given himself credit for. And this newfound confidence? It was infectious. People around him started noticing the change. They saw a man who was not just dreaming, but daring to turn those dreams into reality. And this perception, this recognition from others, only fueled his confidence further. But it wasn't just about confidence. Bigger goals brought with them bigger rewards. John found himself achieving financial stability, something he'd only dreamt of before. He moved from a state of just enough to a state of abundance. Money, as John realized, was not the root of all evil. Instead, it was a tool, a resource that could be used to better his life and the lives of those around him. As his wealth grew, so did his ability to contribute. John could now help others in more significant ways. He could donate to charities, support causes he believed in. He was no longer part of the problem, he was part of the solution. John's story is a testament to the transformative power of big goals. They don't just change your life, they change you. They push you to grow, to evolve, to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the extraordinary. Big goals brought big changes to John's life, and they can do the same for you. Now it's your turn. Can you dare to dream bigger? We all have dreams, ambitions, goals that we want to achieve. But sometimes, we limit ourselves to what we think is possible, what we think we can achieve. But what if we dared to dream bigger? What if we dared to set goals that seem impossible, that seem out of our reach? What kind of life could we create for ourselves? The first step is to reflect on your current goals. Are they truly a reflection of what you want to achieve, or are they simply what you think you can achieve? There's a big difference. Don't limit your dreams to what you think is possible. Dare to dream bigger. Dare to set goals that seem impossible. Next, start setting bigger goals. Start by setting a few big, audacious goals that seem impossible. Then, break these big goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. Each step you take towards your big goal will bring you closer to achieving it. But setting big goals isn't enough. You also need to believe in your ability to achieve them. This might be the hardest part. We often doubt our abilities, our talents, our potential. But remember, you are capable of so much more than you think. Believe in yourself and in your ability to achieve your big goals. The benefits of setting and achieving big goals are immense. Not only will you achieve more, but you'll also grow more. You'll become more confident, more resilient, more determined. You'll learn new skills, meet new people, experience new things. In short, you'll live a bigger, richer, more fulfilling life. Remember, the size of your goals can set the stage for the size of your success. So dream big, and big things will come. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. So don't limit yourself. Dare to dream bigger. Dare to set bigger goals. And most importantly, dare to achieve them. Remember, the size of your goals can set the stage for the size of your success. So dream big, and big things will come.